What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Okay, I'm in the car. As always, I'm working. I'm trying to do a 2-in-1 and get a video in. So this is a big topic I've been thinking about for the past week. I love everything taking place in the world right now as far as the protests go and the Black Lives Matters and how it's spreading like wildfire globally. Because I learned from my family and from my brother, who's a big history guy, like change happens when mass amount of people take to the streets and protest peacefully. You get bulk amount of people of all shapes and sizes and colors, change will happen. So we're kind of watching history right now, but what kind of evolution and progress is going to be made? Well, that's yet to be determined. We don't know. Time will tell, but it's the proper steps. So I'm gonna do my part because I think everyone in the world right now should be doing their part. And because I have an autism channel, I'm gonna do my part on here, hoping I can reach just a couple people, and then they're gonna take what I said and maybe go talk to some other people. So here's my quick backstory. And I'm gonna tell my backstory just because I have an autism community channel here, and I'd like you guys to get to know a little bit more about me before I jump into racism versus ignorance. Okay, so quick, my backstory. It's different. I'm sharing it because it's a pretty darn good story, guys, especially for a white male in America. I grew up and was raised by, Mom, I'm sorry, I have to say this because it's a beautiful story. My mom's gonna kill me. I was raised by a former priest and a nun. And my parents served for years in the Catholic Church. At one point, they met in inner city Chicago, worked together for years, and served the community. And that community was a very crime-filled community. Very dangerous, like crazy stories I can't believe my parents went through. And it's awesome to hear because I'm so proud of them. But in that community, predominantly Black, predominantly Latin. So not only did my parents speak the speak with loving God, but they talk the talk, but their actions and loving on the people in that community and all people they've ever come across. My parents are very loving and they're people of God. So when it was time for them to step down from their vows, now see, Mom, you always think I'm gonna leave that out, but they did it right. They stepped down from their vows because they felt like they could serve God and get married and have kids, right? And I totally agree with that. So they stepped down, they ended up having kids, and now you fast forward to us. They raised us in a beautiful way of teaching us to love on all people. So I'm very grateful for that. Then you fast forward, awesome story. Mom, Dad, love you guys. You guys are amazing. Fast forward to my high school years, predominantly white high school. I happened to become best friends with one of the lone Black kids in the entire school. Through him, I learned so much about racism real quick. Go to an all-white area and hang out with someone of color, and you quickly become associated with them. And I would get names like Wigger and all this stuff at lunch, like walking by like the certain tables, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means, but all right. And then through him, I experienced a lot of things out on the weekends where like he would deal with stuff that I would never deal with in the same situation. And through him, I learned so much through our conversations and me asking questions or him explaining how he feels being a man of color, right? Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you. But then fast forward to my college years, I played basketball, guys. I coached basketball. I tried to play it overseas. I loved basketball. Well, I predominantly played with Black males. So all the time through college, I'm always surrounded by these conversations. And I would hear stories or situations that hurt my heart. And then I would confront my friends and be like, whoa, like, you gotta tell me what more about that. What happened? That doesn't really happen to me. Like, it just doesn't. That really happens to you. And then they would be like, and then they would just flood me with stories. And through these dialects, I remember after basketball, we'd go sit out in the grass. We'd have long conversations. And I would always be bombarding with questions because I wanted to fill my head to understand what other people went through. Because I obviously was not going through these things that my friends were of color. And then fast forward, I marry a brown woman. Mari is Puerto Rican. And I continue to learn all about racism because of my wife, even more so. So I feel like I've been very blessed to have an understanding of the ignorance and racism topic. Very real, very different, but I hope and continue that progress is made and we get better and better and we evolve as a society. So now, that was it. That's my background, and I wanted to share for you subscribers. I actually do follow along. So thank you guys. New subscribers that like, who is this guy? Just shut up and talk about it. I clicked on it because I want to watch it. Okay, so here we go. In layman's terms, guys, this is the key. Racism versus ignorance. Racism means you discriminate towards a certain race, and you basically think you're better than that race. Whatever race it may be, you feel you're better, you're higher up, you look down on them. Any kind of thing like that, that's racist, y'all. That's racist. Ignorance, completely different topic. Ignorance simply means you're not educated. You don't have information. And that's where it goes back to, it could be a generational thing. So if you were raised with no talking about other cultures in your household, well, then you're going to be very ignorant of other cultures, right? That's where I go back to my upbringing. Is I understood through my parents' stories how my parents talked about other people, that it was very open-minded, very loving, and it helps that my mom was a history buff and my brother was a history buff, and that kind of stuff. But if you grow up in a very, very racist or ignorant household, then you're going to be that way, and it's not your fault. But can you change that? 100%. Once you become older, it's no longer an excuse, and it's on you. So anyone watching this saying, I have this type of background, it's not my fault, it's because my parents raised me this way. No, it is on you. Just like it's on me to continue to keep educating myself so I continue to wash away any ignorance I have. So, my example for ignorance is always this, because I don't know anything about cars. I am completely ignorant of a car. And if I were to ever get into conversations with mechanics and try to act like I know what I'm talking about, that's ignorant, guys. That's 100% ignorant, because I don't even know what I'm talking about. And a lot of times people do that. Can I change my views on cars? Yeah, I don't want to, but could I? Yes. I could start researching. I could start educating myself. I could start watching videos. I could start asking other handy people. And before you know it, I know all about cars in and out. And I now have washed away the ignorance that is me and cars. So the same applies with humans, guys. The exact same thing with ignorance. You might be ignorant towards a race, but you can easily change that by what? By doing this, by having conversations, by asking questions, by learning. Slowly but surely, you will break that generational curse and you will wash away the ignorance. Being ignorant is okay. That's all I'm trying to say in this video. Ignorance, okay, can be changed. Racist, not okay, and that's the problem of, specifically here in the US, what our country was founded on, and I won't get into that because that's a whole nother topic, but the inequality gap, the screen's not even big enough that our country was founded on such a huge inequality gap. Have we made strides? Yes, but we're still not there, but change is happening little by little, and I pray for great things for our world and our society. But that's all I want to talk about is ignorance, racism. They can be generational. They can be things you can't control as your childhood and upbringing, but they are things that you need to understand are totally different and can be changed. So I hope you go have conversations with some people. I hope you think about washing away any ignorance you might have on any topic, right? Any topic. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for sticking along with me. It's a big topic. I know a lot of people, here's the last thing I guess I would say, especially for white people, because I know a lot of friends who are afraid to ask questions. This is a big one. I'm sorry, I can't believe I left this out. They're afraid to ask questions because A, they don't want to look bad, or they feel guilty, or whatever it might be. But once you break through that, you have to ask questions. You have to be open and honest with yourself and go talk with other people. And the same applies to any other race out there. Racism is not just in white people. Racism is in every culture. So everyone in this world, I wish, would start educating themselves, start talking with other cultures. We don't always do that, but I'm praying for big things and big change, little steps. I'll take any kind of progress, guys. I love us humans. I'm an optimist and, a man of God. So I hope this video has helped. Ignorance versus racism. Wash away the ignorance. And and stop with the racism. All right, I got cut off, sorry. So that's all I wanted to talk about. I feel me out here putting myself out in the open is constructive, it's productive. Did everything I say is perfect? No, it doesn't have to be. And too often people are afraid they're gonna get destroyed or ripped apart. And shame on for anyone ripping apart someone trying to learn about other cultures. That's not how this works, because then they're gonna go back into their shell and then carry these hardened feelings and thoughts. So I hope you guys are respectful and open to what I'm just trying to get across from my single perspective and lifestyle that I've lived. Okay, that's it. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Love on each other. That's all I'm gonna say. My God is a great God, and He's taught me so much. His main message is love. So I hope y'all continue to love, and you carry any ignorance, change that. Make a change. Go talk to someone. Talk to people. Go outside your box. Make it happen, y'all. Make it happen. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. Love you guys. See ya.